Hi everyone, this is Vineet Pandey, and as the exams are approaching, so we have to start our preparations right now. Many of you could not prepare in a proper way. Some of you started to prepare, but because of certain conditions, you could not continue your preparations, you could not continue your timetable, you got distracted, you got busy, or you technically got somewhere involved and couldn't give the time to your preparation. Now the exams are at the doorstep, exams are knocking, and the question is, what about preparation? Are we going to waste this attempt? No. Are we going to take this attempt lightly? No. So this is the reason, on the huge and heavy demand of students, we are re-announcing our crash course. Last time also the crash course was a big hit, and seeing the great success, the big hit, a lot of students simply requested us to continue the crash course system, and that's the reason we are here to announce the crash course. Now, why do you need to go for crash course? You prepare the exams, you read the canonical writers, but do you even understand that even when Sachin Tendulkar, the greatest batsman in history, one of my favorite cricketer, he made a lot of centuries, but do you also know that Sachin Tendulkar has a record of being out on nervous 90s? So he scored from run 1 to run 90. But what happened in last 10 runs from 90 to 100? He couldn't execute, he couldn't finish. Yes, because even if you are prepared, sometimes under pressure, sometimes overconfidence, sometimes unnecessary preparation, sometimes lack of preparation make you miss the mark, and that's where we come for you. Here in crash course we make sure that you hit the bull's eye, because once qualified, forever qualified. NetJRF, the qualification of NetJRF, the validity of the result, it doesn't have any years, any limit, any particular time. Once you are qualified for the life. So why to take this thing lightly? In the crash course, we make sure that whatever you have prepared till now, it is polished with advanced details, extra notes, extra points, and along with this thing, we teach you the facts which have been asked in net exam, but canonically nobody teaches you. For example, how many of you know the oldest novel or the first novel of the world? So you will say, sir, maybe Robinson Crusoe, maybe something else, but no, it is from Japanese literature, The Tale of Genji. Again a question, do you know there was a question in net exam, what is haiku? Haiku. What is kabuki? What is haikai no renga? I'm citing some examples because I have taken special classes in my offline batch, in online batch for Japanese literature. We have also completed Chinese literature. Do you know the Nobel awardee of Chinese literature 2012, Mr. Mo Yan, is someone who has used his pseudonym to win the Nobel Award. His real name is not Mo Yan. Mo Yan means don't speak. So in the crash course, we teach you something you have never read about, you have never heard about, but these are the questions they have been asked in net exam. From Russian literature, how many of you know about Akhmatova's Orphans? How many of you actually know the concept of superfluous man? So what I actually do, as you can see the slide here, in our crash course, what you will simply find is the first thing, live paper solutions in English literary net JRF field. I am using this digital board to solve the papers, taking the queries, also teaching you in the same method, the way I used to teach in my offline classes. In this particular crash course, you will find literary theory classes, culture studies classes, research pedagogy classes on the board, so that it will become easy for you, comprehensible for you, and moreover you can take the direct notes from the board. It will be just like a class taught in normal offline batch. Second thing, rapid fire session. What is rapid fire? Rapid fire session is when I ask questions to my students and I give them only 10 seconds to answer. It was invented by me in 2013 to 14. I used to ask my students some questions without giving them a lot of time. 10 seconds actually put pressure on your brain and prepare you to do the paper fastest and save the time. Most of the students are not able to finish 100 questions within the time, and they come and say that, sir, we missed 15 questions, we couldn't complete our last 10 questions, we missed 18 questions. So here in rapid fire session, I make you prepare to finish the questions in the fastest possible way. As you can see, the next thing that we have here is live revision class. So as we're talking about the Ben Jonson's reference of Bartholomew Fair, it is written by Ben Jonson. This book becomes one of the best example of the carnivalesque theory. Carnivalesque is applied in an easy way because here we have that mall culture, or we can also say that this thing has a gathering. As you can see, it is a village fair, it has a gathering. So here the carnivalesque concept can easily be applied. Laura Mulvey's concept of visual pleasures in narrative cinema deals with the concept of male gaze. You must have seen this thing. We are actually talking about fourth wave feminism. If you think what is this topic, it is fourth wave feminism. 99% students have no idea about this thing. We are going to talk about male gaze. Have you ever wondered that you must have seen that girls, women, they face. You know why revision is important? Because when you are preparing, how many of you know about Paradise Lost? You will be saying that yes, so we know it. Paradise Lost is a classic. Everybody knows about it. But how many of you actually know about Samson Agonist? So if some of you remember that, the question is that Milton and some other religious writers were there. Now the question is that along with John Milton and John Bunyan, do you remember some more religious writers? For example, do you remember Isaac Walton? Do you remember Robert Burton? Do you remember Thomas Brown? Do you remember Jeremy Taylor? If not, don't worry. I will be teaching you all these things in the live revision class. Now, see the next point. 3 a.m. club. I am the only man in India, the only teacher in history of India to teach students at 3 a.m. Why do I go for 3 a.m. session? Well, teaching is very much possible at 9 a.m. at 5 p.m. But why do I go for 3 a.m.? Because I am double JRF, and all the students who have faith in me, who wants to do something miraculous in life, who want to break the barriers and want to do something, those who want to tell people that yes, I can do things, I am not a failure, they follow my timetable, and my timetable was to get up at 3 a.m. and prepare. To motivate my students, I also get up at 3 a.m. I take the live class at 3 a.m. so that my students can see that their teacher is working with them. We take 3 a.m. classes, live class, we teach you early morning, and I make sure that all of you get motivated and study, because from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. if you follow my pattern of revision, nobody can stop you. We have given JRF, we have given toppers, those who have actually followed the 3 a.m. session. Think about this thing, and I must tell you that people started imitating my style. They went for 5 a.m. session, 6 a.m. session, but still nobody has tried to go for 3 a.m. session. So if you call it madness, yes, we are mad, we are Venetians. I invite you for the special classes of 3 a.m. before your exams to fuel you with the energy and you qualify, because once you have that fuel, the fire inside, nobody can stop you. So 3 a.m. session is the most effective result giving method invented by me, and we're gonna rock again in this exam. After this, I must tell you that our online crash course, online classes, all are having special audios and videos. Along with this thing, the test series and previous year's set papers. What are the special audios? How many of you have actually studied Bible, the history of Bible? How many of you know different Bibles, the Great Bible, the King's Bible, the Authorized Bible, Breacher's Bible, Geneva Bible? If not, we will have a special lecture on this. How many of you know the details of dictionary? And do you know the writer who was working on Oxford Dictionary was a kind of person suffering from a guilt for the physical abuse of children and castrated himself? these kind of special references dealing with magazines, dealing with Nobel awardees, dealing with Booker awardees, bestseller writers, dealing with literary theory terminologies. We give you a lot of important audio and video lectures which are actually hitting the bull's eye, which are actually exclusively targeting the exam questions which have been repeatedly asked. So these kind of special audios, these kind of special lectures are our pride, and they make students knowledgeable. We go for paper solutions, we go for test series. In short, this crash course has everything. But again, as I have told you a lot of things about my crash course, I want to tell you something very frankly. Do not join us if you don't have the courage to work hard, because my crash course, my method of teaching needs your hard work. When Krishna was there, Arjun's hard work was there. So if you dare to be Arjun, if you dare to be Eklavya, then only be the part of the batch, because I will give my 200%. I want your 200%. If you have guts, then only you have to join. If you're joining for English literature, paper 1 is free for you. If you're a separate paper 1 student, you can simply join us. You will also get each and everything, and soon my book will be in the market, mostly in next to 10 to 15 days. You also get that book and be prepared, because this exam is the chance for you to fight back, to win, and to show people that you deserve success. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.